Okay, so just a hint here for question one. If you are wondering, okay, you can probably find the percentage of males and females, but if you're wondering where the p-value is here, remember Qualtrics gives us this opportunity to see if the numbers inside each category of a categorical variable, if those significantly differ. And so it does give us p-values for that. So here's a mention type. This is a categorical variable. I'm going to use this as an example. So if I click this, there's these different percentages here. I don't know if they're significant though. And this right here, just push down and you can drag your mouse over here. And if the significant arrows are there, you know that it's going to be significant. But you can get the p-value just by putting your arrow there. So this p-value is 0.710. Okay, so that's a major clue for this one. So if you're kind of stuck here on question two with the first one, I suggest looking at the hint video on top from question one. But the second part is a little bit different because we have more than two categories in repeat purchase. So I can do influencer category is another one that has this. If I hit influencer category, this one has more than two categories here. And so if I want to know if these proportions are different, we do the same process, boop, here, and then we look at, you can even I guess it's already sorted, but you can go through and see, okay, beauty influencer. Here, does that significantly differ, like the number of those from beauty influencers? Does that significantly differ from any other others? And the answer is no, it doesn't. There's no significance for this one, right? You may have some significance in this one here. You may come across something where maybe beauty, these two obviously wouldn't significantly differ, but maybe it significantly differs from food blogger, right? Maybe it does, but it definitely significantly differs from gamer, right? You might end up with a situation like that where it doesn't differ from all of them, okay? Just some of them. And again, in this particular example, none of them significantly differ, but you'll have to look at repeat purchase to see for yourself what it's like there. So just a little helper here. We're seeing if this predicts both of these, right? So we're doing two different analyses, okay? So for instance, if I was doing this, I could go to influencer type. Here it is. Get rid of that one. And maybe I'm going with Q8 first. Remember the key, okay? The keys here. The key should be on your outcome variable always. So, in this case, maybe I might do Q8. I probably would because that's my outcome. All right, and then you're going to then you'll run it there with relate. Then you'll do the same thing with follow influencer in the future. Okay, guys, I want to talk really quickly about the keys here. Okay, so say for instance this is question 7. I'm looking to see if this influencer type predicts influencer recommendation, trust in the influencer's recommendation. Okay, so this is my predictor. I'm seeing if it predicts this. Okay, so I set it up this way. The key, for the most part, the default setting is the key is for your outcome variable or your output variable, and so in this case it would be set up correctly, right? If I selected this instead, then it's going to flip it the other way around. So the key is for your outcome. All right. Now, just a couple things with the key. First of all, if I ever want to switch it, so say there's a situation like right now, right? I have these two outcomes, and I have one predictor. What I can do is I can select all of them, and then I'm going to click this button here and it changes it. So now the key is going to be my predictor. So I can click on this, and now it's going to test if it predicts, if this predictor predicts Q10 and if it predicts Q8. So if I run this, it'll show the output for both of those. So that's where it can come in handy. One way that you can tell, I'm just going to select a different one so I don't give away the findings. One way you can always tell is your predictor is always going to be here on the right, and it's going to be pointing this way to your outcome. Okay. Say maybe I ran this wrong, and and for whatever reason I meant to see if age predicts influencer type. I can either like click this key and run it again, or what I can do is I can click this button and it'll switch what your predictor and your outcome is. Okay, so that's just a little recap and some hints about how to run analyses based on what your predictor and what your outcome are. So if you're a little stuck here with question 4, it might be because you're unsure which one, because you have your predictor and your outcome incorrectly. Look at the hint video that I'll have for the last problem, problem 3, and that'll help you so you're correctly selecting your outcome and your predictor. Okay, you want to see if gender played a role. That gender you're testing if that's your predictor, by the way. But make sure you run that right, and that'll help you answer these questions. If you're having any issues here, it might also be because you have your predictor and outcome swapped. We want to see if the trust that they have in the recommendation, if that predicts these two, right? So you're running 2 different analyses there. Just make sure that you have your outcome correctly labeled here in Qualtrics and your predictor correctly labeled.